Hi, I'm Sharon Kindred, and welcome to another episode of Lifestyles. We're here at Every Woman's Dream, the spa, Essential Spa in Viera. On today's show, we have after-school snack ideas, meet another pet looking for a forever home, and Luann Manderville is going to give us the in and outs of henna tattoos. Speaking of Luann, let's go see what she's up to. Looks like I found Luann. Luann? Luann.
Well, hi. Oh, is it time already? Oh my God, it's time already.
So what are you having done here today?
I'm actually going to do something super exciting, something trendy, artistic, and actually spiritual. And I'm going to meet a young lady named Missy Jackson, and she's going to do a henna tattoo on me. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, while you're getting ready for the henna tattoo, we're going to find out a little bit more about this beautiful spa.
It's an awesome place. Awesome place. Awesome place.
We offer a lot of relaxing massages, which is mostly what people think of, the Swedish style massage. But we also offer very different types of massages as well. We offer a lot of body scrubs. We have a wet room, which is called our Vichy room here. And we offer something called the Rainforest Body Buff, where we actually lay you down and there's a bamboo rod that rains on you for about 30 minutes. It's wonderful, very relaxing. We just started incorporating something called a Thai massage as well. And what the Thai massage does is it's very good for people with problems with inflammation, arthritis, circulatory problems, things like that. And it's a combination of yoga and massage as well. So it's actually done while you're in your clothing, in comfortable, even pajamas you can wear, yoga type attire, workout clothes. And it's done on the floor. It's very, very interesting, different style of massage that's it's not really done around here.
You're the event coordinator. Tell me about some of the events that are going to be happening at the spa.
Sure. Well, we just got done with something at the Kiwi Tennis Club, which was wonderful. We will be having a lot of very fun events coming up in October. We have something called Cancer Awareness Day. We'll be having something at our Viera location as well as our Melbourne location for that, where a lot of patients under cancer treatment will be coming to receive a whole day of services, which is great. We also have something that's going to be happening up in Titusville at the Southern Room. It's a bar up in Titusville, and it's a bike blast. So we'll be having some services go on up there, and all the proceeds from there go to the Innocence Project. And we also deal with the melting pot a lot. We have a ladies' night where women come out and receive services every other month. So we've got a lot going on lately.
And if people want to find out more about this, do you have a website they can go to?
We do. Our website is essentials-spa.com.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, I think Luann is about ready to get her henna tattoo. We're going to go check that out. And thanks so much for talking to us today.
No problem.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you very much.
Well, everyone, as Sharon mentioned, I'm going to do something really kind of neat and different, artistic and also spiritual at the same time. And I'm here with Missy Jackson. She's the nail technician here at Essential Spa. And besides doing nails, she does henna. And she does the art of henna. And we're going to find out exactly what that's all about. And I'm going to get one myself. So let's see what it's all about.
First of all, what we're going to do is clean the skin.
Clean the skin.
Always clean the skin. You don't want the excess oils to be on the hands.
So, Missy, I know probably one of the biggest things that people probably ask you is this going to hurt my skin? Or
Absolutely not.
It's not going to hurt my skin at all.
No way. Henna is a wonderful natural plant. It's a shrubbery that grows in the Mediterranean, and it just stains the skin. It's not, it just goes into the epidermis of the skin.
And how long about does that last? I mean, once it's applied and soaked into the skin, how long will that last?
Again, depending on where you get it. Now, traditionally, it's on the palms of the hands and the feet, and it will take a different color on each side of the skin.
Interesting, huh?
It's fun.
I have it all over the place.
Well, when you do smudge, like when I did this, so I can show you the difference of the henna.
Yeah.
And it gets really dark on the palms, and you can see as I went up the arm,
It changes a little bit.
it's not as dark.
Right.
And the tops of the hands, it's not as dark either.
Do you kind of come up with your own patterns, or is there some kind of, is there a spiritual nature to any specific pattern?
There are some spiritual natures to some, depends on which kind. There's so many. You have so many styles. You have your Indian, you have your Arabic, you have your Asian, you have combination thereof.
Okay. So if people want certainly to make an appointment with you, they would call the spa, or actually either essential spa, correct? Mm-hmm. Cool. It feels wonderful.
It's very cool and tingly. It's not going to sting you. And henna only comes in this color paste, and then it'll stain an orange, and then it'll pop to a dark. There is no black henna. So when people go to the beach and they say black, they're like black henna booths, there is no such thing as black henna. That's very dangerous.
Oh, really?
Whoever those artists are, what they're doing is they're putting hair dye into the henna paste. Now we do hands and feet. I've tried putting the paraffin wax on lower backs and shoulders. We had to, discontinue the shoulders. Yeah, it just was a mess.
Oh, didn't want to stay.
No. Wax everywhere on the floor.
Right.
So this is hot wax.
How hot is it?
Not that hot.
Okay. All right, my dear.
Now dip your hand all the way up to the very end.
Okay.
It's not gonna
Oh my
burn
gosh.
ya. Bring it out.
Am I all the way in?
You're good.
Whoa, that feels cool.
And maybe two
Hot,
more
I mean.
times.
2 more times?
Yes.
Wow.
And one more.
How's it feel, Luann?
Feels awesome, huh? Okay. Next.
Hand in the bed.
All right.
Now
Wow,
come
that
back
feels
over.
wonderful.
I have a mitt for you.
Okay. Look like I've been to the doctor. This has been a wonderful experience, Melissa. Thank you so much.
No problem. My pleasure.
Ta-da.
Ta-da.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Can we just dip the whole body in there?
Sure. Okay, I'm gonna use this towel.
Okay. Oh, wow, and you're just wiping it right off.
Just wipe it right off. Now it's very light,
Right?
but it's gonna pop. It will pop. Now it won't pop as dark as mine because I left mine on overnight.
Right.
I will admit that.
Okay. That's amazing for something to happen that quick, huh?
And then within a couple hours, it'll pop a darker brown.
Wow, very cool.
So it will be orange, and then later it'll be a brown.
Wow, I can't wait, I can't wait. I can't wait. Get to show it off on my vacation.
Thanks, Luann. It looks like you had a great time. And I'm having a great time too. Spas are so relaxing and such a great treat for yourself. Speaking of treats, our next story is going to show us some after-school treats that you can create that are not only healthy, but delicious too. Let's take a look. All right, parents, kids have been home for a week, and what is the first thing they say when they get home? Mom, I'm hungry. Well, I have with me today Beth Shepard. She is with the University of Florida Brevard County Extension Program. She is a nutritionist and safety agent there, and she is going to show us some healthy and wonderful snacks that the kids can create after school.
Absolutely. We know a lot of kids haven't necessarily eaten since 10:30 in the morning, so when they get home, they're real hungry, and we don't want to just give them all the snacky things that are easy that may not be the most healthy. So
Going
we
up to the
want
counter and opening it up and getting...
and standing there. Or have you ever had the kid that just opens the refrigerator door and please shut the door? So we're going to give you some tips, some easy things that you can do.
Okay.
The first one we're going to talk about is just redoing popcorn. Popcorn's a very fun thing. Of course, most of us think of it with movies, but it's a healthy, non-fat snack, especially if you don't do a lot of butter with that.
Okay.
So with that being said, I did a small one. Depending on how many kids, if you have lots of kids in your household, you may do a big bag, but this is more of a single serving size. So we're going to go ahead and put the popcorn in whatever bowl.
And this is just a plain butter popcorn?
Plain butter popcorn, and this is actually the lower butter.
Okay, great.
So to make it a little bit more healthy. The next thing we can do to add a little more flavor is to add some of the dried fruits that are there. So I don't know what you want to choose. You get to choose whatever you want. That's some of the fun for the kids. If they have the opportunity to choose their favorite fruits or their favorite dried fruits, they're more likely to eat it. That's why we encourage kids to help make the snacks or help make dinner, because they're a part of it. They seem to feel like it's something they want to eat.
Well, I'm checking out this tropical fruit
Tropical
mix.
mix.
Just pour
Go
some
ahead
of
and put some in there.
Do you
in there.
measure or do you just kind of eye it?
Eyeball it, whatever you want.
Okay.
And depending
Well,
on
that
who
looks
you
good.
are, you may decide how much you want in there.
All right.
We also had, just in case, some other ideas. We have dried apples.
Okay.
We have craisins, which most kids haven't tried, and they really, really love it. We have some regular raisins,
put
as
some
well
sunflower
as
seeds in there. I
sunflower
like those.
seeds are a great way to add a little bit more protein in there. We also have the peanuts.
Okay. I was going to ask you about that. As far as after-school snacks, is there certain things that you want to have in the snack, like protein or dairy, or is there a preference, or does it really matter?
It kind of depends on what they've had most of the day, and since they've been at school, you know, or they know what they've had. But part of the things that we know that kids are missing out on is their fruits and vegetables. So a lot of the things that we're talking about today add fruits and vegetables because we're just, kids and adults are just not getting all the fruits and vegetables that they need. And we've found that vegetables and fruits are so beneficial with all of the vitamins, all the minerals, all the phytochemicals to help prevent cancer and give us the boost that we need. So we're going to add a lot of fruits and vegetables to that. The protein, we like to add that just because if kids are getting a lot of ups and downs with sugar, protein helps to level that out. And so giving them that constant that going on there.
Well, this looks great.
So that's our first one. Let's move on over to our second one.
Okay.
Talking about color, we have a lot of different colors going on here. Sometimes we hear that eating the fruits and vegetables, the colors of the rainbow, and that is to get the different colors going. But we're going to make salad skewers. So what we have is some vegetables are already cut up. You may choose to have your child, depending on the age, cut up some of those vegetables. If they're younger, you may cut up the vegetables and then let them just do the skewers. The skewers aren't too bad. They aren't too sharp that you can't get through them. So I'm going to ask you to go ahead and make a few. You see I've made some. We have cucumbers, bell peppers. Depending on the color of bell peppers, you may have more color on your stick.
You can find what's seasonal at the store and go from there.
Absolutely, because it's a little bit cheaper to get those vegetables that they're fresh and in season.
Okay.
We also added cheese to get that protein going again.
Okay.
All right. Now, while you go ahead and make some of those, I'm going to make the dip. It's a very easy, quick dip. You can make this up ahead of time, like we were talking about on Sunday or Monday night, and have it for the next couple of days. Usually about 3 to 4 days is about max.
I was going to ask you about that. So you could prepare all this on a Sunday evening, put it in baggies, and the kids, when they get home, can pull
just
out what they would like to eat.
Absolutely. And if you add vegetables that they're not maybe as familiar with, it gives them an opportunity to try it in little bits and add what they want to it instead of feeling like they have to eat what's on their plate.
How'd I do?
You did great. It looks delicious.
So easy. Okay.
What I've got in here is I've got 3 tablespoons of a deli mustard, the spicier honey mustard. I've got 2 teaspoons of honey. Then we have a teaspoon of sugar and a teaspoon of salt. You may not add the salt if you don't want to. A lot of times we encourage people to do salt to taste. The other thing that we're adding to this is 8 ounces or 1 cup of yogurt, and this is just plain yogurt to give it some of that texture. Again, you're getting some more of that dairy going, some calcium in there to keep the bones strong.
How long will this dip last if you put it in a container? You can keep that for a few days?
3 to 4 days.
Okay.
And that's about max that you want to do. Now, depending on how many kids you have or how you're doing it, you may cut the recipe in half, and that's okay too. So then we've got this going. And then you
Looks
can
great.
just drip. You can
Well, I'm
either
gonna try it. Yeah, let me.
Kids can either drizzle it on or they can dip it. Which would you rather?
You can just drizzle it.
All right, I'm going to drizzle a
Taste it.
little bit on there. But then kids, if they want to do the dipping, they have that opportunity. Whew, sorry, I didn't give you a napkin. Sorry about that.
That's good. And the dip does make it.
It does make it
Adds
a little bit
extra
different.
flavor, yeah.
So
Very
that's a
good.
really easy thing, and it gets kids interested in different foods. Especially if you're doing a garden, you can pull out those vegetables in your garden, and they're
That's
a
a
lot
great
more
idea.
likely to try them.
How many, going back to, we talked about the fruits and vegetable servings, how many should children get a day? What is recommended?
For a young child, usually 2 servings of fruit and 3 servings of vegetables.
Okay.
I know for breakfast, a lot of us don't get our vegetables in, so snack is a great
snacking
way
is-
to add it.
Okay.
For some of your older kids, middle school, high school, you're looking probably at 3 fruits and 4 vegetables.
Okay, and then you brought a fruit basket,
And
which
then I
is
brought a
important to
fruit
keep in your home always.
Keep it out. People will go to it every time just because it's ready for them to eat, especially if you've already got it washed.
Okay.
It's there.
Well, thank you so much. These are great ideas. We'll show more after-school snacks on upcoming programs. Those snacks really were delicious and something I'd make with my own kids. We'll have more food segments on upcoming lifestyle shows, so stay hungry and stay tuned. Now let's go and meet a furry little friend from the Humane Society. Thanks, Chris.
You're very welcome.
Hi, I'm Susie Fleming Leonard, and this is our Pet for Adoption this week. Joining me in the studio today is Jennifer Sangalang and Teresa Clifton with the Central Brevard Humane Society. And Teresa, you have a beautiful young lady here with you today. You want to introduce us to your friend?
Yes, this is Cora. She is 7 years old, and she has a lot of love to give. She's very friendly and energetic, and she's a very young 7-year-old, and she's looking for a new home. She's obviously already spayed, and she's got all of her shots, and she is good with other dogs and looking for a nice home where she can be a loving part of the family.
So how can someone adopt Cora?
Well, Cora is at the shelter. We're at 1020 Cox Road. 11 o'clock every day. We're open 7 days a week. They just can come in and get acquainted with her. If they have a dog at home, they will want to bring it so that they can get acquainted with each other. And then they just fill out the adoption profile. She's $50, and they can take her home that day if they qualify.
Now, if you were to adopt her this week, you could take her out on Friday night.
Could take her out to the ball game.
Yes, you could. You want to go to the ball game?
Do you want to tell
she
us
would
a little
love the
bit
ball
about Bark
game.
at the Park that's going to be on Friday night?
Yes, the Space Coast Stadium has invited everyone to come out and bring their dogs. We have a special entrance set up just for people to bring their dogs. It's $5 for people to go in to see the game, and for $2 more, you can bring your four-legged best friend, and they have a special seating area. Proceeds go to the Humane Society for our low-cost spay-neuter facility.
So recently we played with Clyde. You brought him in. He's a Pomeranian. He had a little limp. What's his story?
Yes, Clyde became very popular after your show. We had several inquiries about Clyde and his knee. A lot of people wanted to contribute to help Clyde fix his knee. What they didn't realize is that Clyde really didn't need to go through a lot of painful surgery and a lot of, aftercare, because he was doing fine as he was. So he actually got adopted within the week. Clyde has a happy home, and we're glad that he's he's in with his new forever home. And we're sure that Cora will find her forever home. She is such a good girl, and we know that all of our animals, actually, now that I think about it, that I have brought onto your show so far have all found forever homes, including our little ferret friend and the kittens and the cats and the other dogs that we've brought. So
that's great.
Like
Cora,
to
I hope
thank your viewers and your watchers and your readers for supporting the homeless animals in our community, because the more that we place, the less are clogging up the county shelters and our shelter too, for not having any homes.
That's our show for this week. Join us next week where we'll give you more great tips for your lifestyle. We're going to end with photos from the first day of school. Have a great week.